Hey everyone, so I have a little bit of, I've had a little bit of problems this week. This is the dead battery for my camera. I have a Canon camera. This is the battery that charges it up and lets it run, and it lets it go for like over an hour. Well, this thing finally dumped, and you know, I had it for 3 years. It worked good for 3 years, and after 3 years, it no longer works. So I had to buy a new one of these. Well, they don't just sell these at any old stores. I actually had to get a special order, so it took several extra days before I could even tape anything on my layouts. But this here had to be replaced and took several days. Afternoon, guys and gals. So I'm kind of focusing on this area where the feed mill would be at. I did some things to this area, but we also have some kind of bad news about this area. You remember the building that went here? The feed mill building? Well, unfortunately, that building fell on the floor. Spent most of the weekend putting it back together. And so this is what I got. I had to use a lot of super glue instead of model glue. But I did put it back together somewhat. The lights that were mounted on the back, they did fall off. So if I can back off a little bit and hopefully this thing will focus. Yeah, so all the wall mounted lights fell off. This thing at the top here fell off. This entire thing fell off. The awning part fell off. The loading dock fell off. The other light fell off. I had to glue all that stuff back on. And part of the structure of the side here was broke off. So I spent the entire weekend putting this back. So this is where I'm going to be putting the retaining wall. It will fit here. And it'll wrap all the way to next to this tunnel. And let's take a look at how this fits now. That's a piece. And oh, it looks like I cut it really good. A day later, and this is glued in. I think it looks really cool. I had to cover the seams up, and I do want to kind of weather the wall to give it a little bit more weathered look, kind of like I did some of the other ones. So this is the little building that's going to be there. So it's sort of somewhere like this, or something like that. Exactly, no. I'm gonna have it more like that probably. These pieces of fence are like really large, one piece. So I cut them down into smaller, manageable pieces, a big. But to cut them, some of them don't have like a little end cap. But I want to put the rest of this fence over here, so I can do start putting the landscaping in over by this coal area. So glued in these section of fence along here, just because I knew I was gluing in that retaining wall, that trying to get the fence in at the same time was a pretty smart idea, because both of them take several hours to dry. Fence, I have lots of the fence, I just need to paint it this particular color. So I would like to bring it up through here also with that fence. Trees by JTT, and these two packages, one comes with 15 trees, the other with 20 trees. came out to being $5 each. So it was $10 for 35 trees. Well, if I would have got more tree armatures, I could have got a package of 20 tree armatures with, you know, some foliage and stuff that you have to stick on yourself. It would have cost more money to build my own trees than it was to get pre-made trees. Can you believe that? That's fantastic. So yeah, these are called JTT Scenery Product Trees. And this one's called the Wood Edge Trees Green, which comes with 15 trees. I'll take them out of the package in a second, take a look at them. And then this one is called the Wood Edge Trees Pastel Green. And this one comes with 20. And they range between 2-inch and 2.5-inch. And I don't really notice much of the difference in here is, one, the pastel green is a lighter green, but you can't really tell the difference, except for the tree trunks on the lighter green are more, the lighter green ones look kind of like they're a birch tree with like a whiter type trunk, and the one that comes at 15 with the darker green bushy type thing has a brownish tree trunk. Okay, this is what they look like. They come on this like little foam grass mat thing, but that's just to make sure that they stay, you know, they don't fall apart in shipping and whatnot. So I'm going to take one out here. Kind of don't want to break it or anything. And there you go. That's what it looks like, a tree by itself. I think they look fantastic. So I cut this piece here. I put like alongside here, and some of the area it's a little hard because there is some of that glue that's holding in the track area, but it's pretty close to this edge here, and I kind of want to get it to, I'm not sure if you can see over here where my finger is. You can, okay. It kind of divvies in right here, and it wouldn't really hold there to go around that bend. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the wall here, and then I'll just put a bunch of bushes up along here coming down, or maybe even some rocks or something. But I think that'll make it look better there. What do you think? I mean, that looks pretty good just sitting there, but if I take it out, you know, it just doesn't look right. And while I was going to put a lot of bushes up along here, instead of hiding it, I think it'd be kind of cool to have this wall here and then add some bushes alongside of it. Hey everyone! So the retaining wall slash stone wall, or whatever you want to call it, it's really kind of like a retaining wall, really. This stone wall up here is in there, and I think it looks fantastic. But you can see that looks a lot better than what was there along this area. I still have to add some ballast over here by this track, and then I'm going to add some greenery and stuff like I have around the track on this other side. And then bushes, and I do have some rocks I'm going to add right here. Because I wanted to do the bushes and stuff along this edge of the, or the clump foliage up along the edge of that fence up there. And this way they can kind of drape down over the stone wall too. I think it'll make it look really cool. Hey everyone, so I got to put that plaster cloth on this little piece here. That's really all I needed to do there. So you can see that. Let's use 3 pieces of plaster on top of that. There's already 5 underneath all the other stuff. And it's just really to get that area where I'm going to be putting the dock. Just enough. This is all dry over here. It's like dried almost in 24 hours, but I let it go 2 days and it's ready to go. Good morning everyone. How are you? This is getting close to the Memorial Day weekend. I want to show you some of the things I've been working on other than my layout, including the building sign in the front. And then on the side I have some posters, advertising posters that I got on there. They have to be weathered up a little bit. They're a little too new. One's for Winchester, and the other one is the Prevent Forest Fires. I have room for another one, but I think I'm just going to do, I'm going to weather these in there a little bit. So I added some things to the dock area, including this little awning, and then there's some other things on the side, and then there's some pipes and a smokestack. And I added some details over here, like a trash can and another awning. And then over here I added the steps and stuff, and then some vents and stuff around there. But there is probably about 3 dozen more little things that go on. So some of the window things have that shades, where they look like shades. See, where it's kind of black and then there's a shade. Well, that's how it was designed. There's a kind of a black background with a shade. So you can see that here and here have that, but then it's clear here and here. Then I also put, did I put the windows here? No, I did not put the windows here. So I have to put the windows yet for this side. I think it came up to $26 for these 3 packages, which is pretty good for these. They're so tiny little lights. But I'm going to add 2 of them to the drive-in theater. And then I'm going to add 2 to that factory I just showed you. The factory building. I don't even know what it's going to be yet. And then I'm going to add 2 to the dairy plant. Right next. That's it for my lighting. I don't think I'm going to need any more lights. I think I'm got enough lights. I don't need to buy any more. But yeah, I am getting these on sale, where they came out to, all 3 packages came out to about 26 bucks. If you remember, this is the one that lights up inside. It's an Just plug depot I showed you probably about like 10 episodes ago or something like that. Remember, this light here does not light up. So I'm going to take one of the street lights that I have, the Just Plug street lights, and I'm going to take this out and put one of those Just Plug street lights in its place, so it does light. And so this is Scenic Accent Roofers. I've been looking for this, these little detail things. There's not too many of them I wanted, because one, they're a little expensive to get a bunch of these Scenic Accent things. But there's a couple that I really wanted to get, and this was one of them. I've been looking at getting this roofer set for a long time. Problem is, it never was in stock. At least not when I shopped there. It was never in stock. So I finally found them, and they were on sale, plus there was additional percentage off of everything Woodland Scenic. So these are what the roofers look like in N scale. I'm not going to open the package right now, because look at how small some of the little details are. Like, there's a little tiny bucket, and the stuff is really tiny. So what I do is, when I'm ready to glue this stuff on to where I'm going to put it, that's when I take it out of the package, because you will end up losing that really tiny stuff. It will just disappear. But this is a close-up look at, from package view of what you get in there, and they look pretty cool. Now I want to put these guys actually on the roofs of the Walter Cornerstone building. Where it comes with like 3 buildings kind of as one building. Yeah, I want to put this on top of one of those buildings and kind of dress that up a bit, because the level of detail on those buildings are not as cool as some of the other building kits I got, where it comes with extra things.